Virgo, welcome to your January 2018 astrology forecast. This is for Virgo rising, sun sign and moon sign, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to do your reading this month. And it's not just because I'm a Virgo rising, but there is so much great stuff going on for you. Things are just getting better. It's been a rough few years, I know, but things are just getting better, and it all is going to continue into 2020, and we're building up to that year, a lot of us, where there's going to be a lot of huge shifts for everyone. But for you, this month is just about moving forward. It's getting clear on your purpose. It's having that positive feeling about life, that things can work out for you, and confidence that you can do it. I feel like there might have been a bit of worry, a bit of insecurity, things like that going on towards the end of last year. This all gets wiped clean, and this is your month, so just really go for it. And the energy continues throughout the year. There's a lot of really positive and supportive aspects that will be going on. So we start out the new year with a full moon in Cancer on the 1st or the 2nd, depending on where you live. And this is in your 11th house, and it actually makes a grand water trine. And so it's well supported, you know, it affects your 7th house, your 3rd house of communication. And so this is about the groups that you belong to. This is about the appreciation that you get from other people. And you might well be feeling really supported by the groups you belong to, or feeling inspired. There might be a desire to reach out to the collective. You might be feeling very in tune with the collective consciousness. And so this is a really, really lovely energy that we start out with. And you know, it could also be, because full moons tend to bring things to fruition, it could also be a realization of who you want your tribe to be. Or it could be a leaving behind of maybe a group of people or certain relationships that just don't serve you anymore, but feeling all right about it, feeling like it served its purpose. I appreciate the role they played in my life, but now I'm ready to move on. And so this is a really interesting full moon, and it's a self-nurturing full moon, and it's about taking care of ourselves. So on some level, you're going to be reflecting on how your relationships, the groups you belong to, the people you're around, your neighborhood, the community, how that has affected you on a personal level, and perhaps whether they're positive for you or negative. But I feel like even if you feel like they've been negative relationships, it's not going to be like it's a big drama. It's going to be a gentle kind of, okay, that's fine, I'm ready to step away from it. So the majority of the energy this month is going on for you in your 5th house, which is ruled by Capricorn. And I mean, this is so great. So the 5th house is about self-expression, this is about love, this is about romance, this is about creativity, this is about any creative projects that we're passionate about, it's about having fun, children, and it's just lit up like a Christmas tree, your 5th house. And I feel like you're coming to a place where you are putting your happiness at the forefront, and it's almost as though you've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and finally you're going, you know what, I'm not going to make anyone else responsible for my happiness. I'm not going to seek it outside of myself. I'm going to put my happiness first. I'm getting serious about my happiness and about my future, and about implementing positive things for me to look forward to in the future. Saturn's moved into that area of your chart now, and you know, some people give Saturn a really bad rap. I feel like when it was in your 4th house, it was quite difficult, because I feel like there was a lot of learning going on in terms of your stability, your grounding, and maybe you didn't feel like you got the emotional support that you needed to be able to go out into the world. But you've learned a lot. Now Saturn moving into your 5th house, you know, I feel like it's really stabilizing things for you. It's making you more secure about the way you feel about yourself, and what you're getting serious about your happiness and making it a priority, and saying, you know what, I'm going to structure my life, and I'm going to take responsibility for my own happiness and structure my life as such that I get the most out of it. And I think this is brilliant. So I don't see it as being somber. I mean, Saturn's happy in Capricorn anyway. It rules Capricorn. So I see this as you taking fun and creativity and romance seriously. It doesn't mean you're going to get gloomy, but it's like, you know what you want now. You know what you want out of life, and you're ready to implement whatever changes need to be implemented and work and do the things to get it. So this is great, and I think this could be a real, the next 2 years, you know, could really see you being very successful in anything that you put your heart into, anything creative, any business you start, even if you want a promotion or anything like that. You know, I can see, I feel like this is really your time to shine, Virgo, and I do feel like you've been through the mill. So we have all that energy going on in that 5th house of yours. We've got a lot of beautiful positive sextiles to that 5th house that are going to be really, really supportive. And on the 7th, we've got Mars conjunct Jupiter, and that's in Scorpio, in your 3rd house. So Jupiter has moved into Scorpio, that wasn't too long ago, and so this is great because this means soon Jupiter will be moving into your sign at the end of the year, which is going to be fantastic. But at the moment Jupiter's in Scorpio, so in your area of communication and not networking, local community, neighbours, siblings, that kind of thing. So you could be gaining a lot of experience and wisdom and having really interesting new experiences and adventures just in your local neighbourhood. And you'll be feeling like you want to communicate with people. You'll be feeling quite confident and open and gregarious in the way you communicate. So Mars there, conjuncting it, it gives energy and a dynamic quality to your communication, and you might find yourself busy this day in your local neighbourhood. You might find yourself wanting to just be involved in some sort of community activity, and you know, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. You'll be quite sure of yourself and quite assertive, and your communication has been assertive, to be fair. This so far, I mean, we've got Mars there in your 3rd house, so you've been clear. Your communication has been clear. It's like, no, this is what I want, this is what I will stand for, this is what I won't stand for. I mean, in some ways you might have come across a little bit argumentative this month, you might have been a bit fiery, but I don't see it as a bad thing. I feel like the passion is coming out of you. I feel like it's all because you're getting clear on what you want. And if you have had any heated discussions with anyone or heated conversations with anyone, it's probably because you kind of thought to yourself, you know what, no, I'm not standing for this anymore. I'm not going to stand for things that I just won't tolerate, that I don't like. This is my opinion, this is how I feel. You're being very direct. And I think that that's good. I think it's positive for you, because I think you've doubted yourself a lot over the last year or so. Okay, so on the 11th, Mercury, which has been in your 4th house, so you might have been feeling a little bit more intellectually withdrawn. You might have been feeling more like communicating about intimate matters, and you might have been feeling like just withdrawing into the home and not being too out there in some ways. Your thinking might have been very subjective. Now Mercury moves into your 5th house, so it joins what have we got? We've got the Sun there, we've got Pluto there, we've got Venus there, we've got Saturn there, and now we've got Mercury there. So that's 5 planets in your 5th house, and you're feeling communicative, you're feeling like you want to express yourself, you're feeling confident and bold, and you're starting to starting to organise your life and think about what can I do to make this year a successful one, to make the future successful. This isn't just about this month. I feel like you're starting this year so powerfully, Virgo. This is the best start to the year that I've seen in so long, for a lot of us, and for you it's extremely powerful. And I feel like you're starting this year and you're thinking, you're stepping into your power. You really are. And in some ways you're becoming a little bit selfish, and I think it's brilliant. I think it's fantastic. You're saying, no, hang on a minute, I'm going to put my needs first. What can I do? What's going to make me happy? What things do I maybe need to eliminate from my life? You know, and it's really, you know, you're really taking the power back into your hands, and by taking responsibility for our own happiness, the fantastic thing is, by doing that, we let other people off the hook. We start making them responsible for our happiness, and it also eradicates blame in our relationships. And if you're in a relationship with somebody and it's just not working, you're not getting your needs met, it's just, you're clashing, you're butting heads, something's amiss, then, you know, cut that relationship out. Walk away from it, because it's no good being with somebody and it's almost like saying, I'm going to be with you, but I don't like this and this about you. Unless both people are willing to work through things, you know, that's a different story. But if you're finding that you're banging your head against a brick wall, time to put your desires and your needs first and go, you know what, blessings, I love you, thank you for everything you taught me, but this isn't working for me. And I'm responsible for my happiness, and I'm not going to stay in a relationship that doesn't fulfill me and end up resenting you and blaming you for it. So, you know, going off on a bit of a tangent there, but I'm just really excited for you. I feel like a lot of you Virgos are going to climb the ladder of success over the next few years. I really do. Whether that's that you work for somebody else or you work for yourself, I feel like a lot of you will be starting passion projects that will turn into successful businesses. I see that happening for you. We've got a lovely conjunction as well on the 9th, which is between the Sun, Venus and Pluto in Capricorn. So this is just great energy, positive energy. I imagine you'll be feeling quite powerful, quite confident. Anything you pour your energy into is going to work out. All the planets are direct this month as well. So this is great initiation energy. Anything you want to start, any projects, even a relationship, love is highlighted for you. There's a lot of opportunities for love, and they may well come about through your local neighbourhood, through your community. But yes, certainly love and romance and fun are very highlighted, and you could be taking a relationship to the next level. You could be deepening a commitment. You're taking love seriously, you know, you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling confident. I feel like you've had enough life experience now where you know what you want, and if you're single, you're not willing to mess around with somebody who isn't on the same page as you. You're going to be wanting somebody who's got a certain level of maturity, who's got a certain level of stability and security, who knows who they are. You're not willing to faff around anymore. And if somebody messes you around enough, then it won't take long for you to go, you know what, I'm out, I'm over this. Some of you may have experienced separations of relationships right at the beginning of this year. And that won't be a bad thing. That won't be a bad thing. It's because you're getting real and serious on your needs, and so it's actually going to be really empowering for you. So we've got this amazing energy going on there. We've got, you know, Uranus has been in your 8th house of intimacy and one-to-one relationships. Uranus goes direct this month. Not in your 8th house of intimacy and psychology and sex and the occult and taboo and shared resources. There's been upsets. There's been upsets in close relationships. There's been things that you just haven't seen coming, that have rocked the cart and that have just taken you by surprise and thrown you back. But it starts going direct, which is good. This eases things a little bit, and you might be surprised on some level, by a loved one or a romantic partner, or by love, because there's an interesting square that happens on the 13th between Venus and Uranus. So this is like something unexpected happening. It's in terms of romance, in terms of creativity, but it could be very positive, but it's hard to say what it is. Uranus is so unpredictable. So we've got all this energy happening in the 5th house, and this leads up to a beautiful new moon in Capricorn on the 17th. And there is one or two hard aspects to this new moon. Let me just double check. I've got all my notes here. Where are we? This is on the 17th. I've lost it, but anyway, it's a new moon in Capricorn, new moon in your 5th house. So this is just bringing fresh, positive energy. This is great initiation energy. This time period is really great if you want to put yourself out there to meet someone, to date, anything. Your timing right now is spot on, and you know what you're doing. The Sun then moves on the 20th from your 5th house to your 6th house. Venus, 2 days earlier, moves from your 5th house to your 6th house as well. This puts more of a spotlight on the day-to-day, the job, your health routines, and you might look at beautifying, or you might look at ways that you can become more attractive through becoming healthier. You are likely to be appreciated on the job. You're likely to be very wanting to be of service to others. Mercury moves here, it goes into your 6th house as well later on in the month, on the 31st. So this will have you very much about this, the day-to-day schedule. This is how you're organising things. So where you've been feeling confident and positive, now you're implementing things. Now you're busy implementing whatever it is, whether it's a new health regime, whether it's just sorting out things on the job, ironing things out, you're getting organised. So this is all, very positive stuff. you know, at the end of the month we have the full moon in Leo, which is in your 12th house, and this is the blue moon. It's the second full moon in the month, and it's going to be a total lunar eclipse, and it's going to be, I feel like this is going to be a release of something for you. This is going to be letting go of something, so something new can come in. It'll be an emotional, energetic kind of releasing. And I'm just having a little look now. You know, for those of you who are very spiritual, this could be a really spiritual time for you, where you get some really amazing insights, and you might be feeling more passionate about your spiritual path, more passionate about being able to be of service to people, and feeling like you want to put your message out there and rather than talk the talk, you want to walk the walk, that kind of thing. So it's a really lovely full moon. It's got a lot of, I feel like you're going to be letting go of something, I really do. Whether it's anything to do with codependency issues, whether it's to do with addictions, anything like that, you're ready to leave all that behind. You're really stepping into your power right now. And so this lunar eclipse is going to play out over the next 6 months, and you know, you're emotionally starting to release something, and you're emotionally ready to really step into your power. And I feel like a lot of you Virgos you're realizing it's up to you. It's up to you. If you want what you want from life, if you want life to be great, if you want it to be successful, if you want it to be happy and full of love and laughter and joy, it's down to you. And I feel like you realize that now, but it doesn't scare you. You're more than willing to make the commitment to yourself, and this is what this is about. It's about committing to yourself and your happiness. So I was so happy to do that video for you Virgos. I'm excited too, because I'm a Virgo rising, so for me this really speaks to me too. And yeah, I'm excited for all of us. So thank you for watching. I'll be back in February. Please, you know, find me on Instagram, follow me at anushka.kk. I'm on Facebook. I've just started a Facebook page, so I'm going to be growing that. I love your interactions. I love your comments. I love the fact that you guys are subscribing. I'm getting so many more subscribers lately, and I love it. It's great. You guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome, and I'm so excited. Please feel free to share your stories with me, because I'd love to hear from you guys. Alright, take care until next time. Bye bye.